All right, all right. What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, back with another one. Back again. Want to have a little bit of fun tonight. Just go over a little episode that we call "How Would You Fish It?" And we're going to get straight into this, guys. So we don't want to waste too much time. Just going to allow a few guys to go ahead and pull up into the live stream. And as you do, as always, please introduce yourself, hop into the comment section. Just let me know who's in here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Everything sounds good, looks good. And we will go ahead and get straight into it. Give a few shout outs real quick. But like I said, do not want to take too long with the intro on this one, guys. So if you are just now tuning in, definitely stay tuned because we will be going into some mega live on the water, mega live, and we will be talking about shallow water today, guys. Let's see who we have stepping into the live stream tonight. Let's see. We have Harry stepping in. All right. Good to see you. Good to have you back. Really appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's see. Harry says, how is Money Bass doing this evening? Hey, man, things are going great. You guys have seen the last few videos that I have put out. So we were at Lake Russell. What was Lake Russell? I think that was a second place finish. Then we were at Lake West Point. I think that was a third place finish. So, I've been out there having a little bit of fun, doing a little bit of this and that. All right. So we have Cowboy. Let's see. Cowboy Jack stepping in. He says he made it tonight. All right. Good job. Good job. Good to see you here. And we have Harry says, let's see what you have to say. One more favorite followers. Everything sounds good. All right. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. So like I said, we're going to get right into it tonight. So this is another episode of How Would You Fish It? And basically what we do, guys, is I bring up some on the water footage and show you guys what I'm actually seeing on the water and how I would approach that and what lure I would choose. Let's just go ahead and choose our top lure for tonight, guys. And get active in the comments, guys. I really want to see what you guys have to say. And as always, at the end of this, after we go over the review of the video and everything, then I will pull a few of you guys up. If you want to come up and just talk about a few things that will work out, that will be fine. We'll go ahead and do that. But like I was saying, so I'll show that video footage, then I will step through it from my viewpoint of how I would approach that and the reason why. And like I said, I want to see what some of you guys have to say. And then I will show you the actual rod, reel, and lure setup that I would use. And I guess that will be about it, guys. So we'll take a look at it from that standpoint. We have a lot of guys checking in tonight. All right, let's see who else we have hopping in here. Just want to give a few shout out, guys. Just bear with me. Let's just give a few shout outs because I really appreciate the support of the channel and you guys always coming back to support me. We have Andrew stepping in. Fun Lake, awesome fish. All right, that's right. I don't know if you're talking about West Point or Russell, but both of those were kind of tough. Russell, it was raining one day. Fish were biting good. Second day, as you guys know, things change up on you, but was able to do pretty good on both of those. Josh is in the house tonight. Good evening. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good to have you here. All right. And let me see. Harry says you missed the tournament before. Let me see. I'm not sure which one you're referring to on that one. Just clarify that down in the comment section. All right. Andrew says, what do you know about Lake Oconee? I know Lake Oconee is kind of tough to fish for me. That is, I mean, I'm able to, catch something a little here and there, but it isn't something that I would say that I'm confident to be able to go out there and catch some good caliber fish on. All right. And we have Cowboy Jack stepping in. He says, headed to Lake, what is that? Vermilion, Minnesota tomorrow, 4-day hummingbird walleye school. Gonna work on the mega live. Wow. Okay. A walleye guy. Hey, a good thing, good deal. I know there was a little controversy going on with you. No, that was Muskie. That was Muskie with the live imaging controversy. But yeah, walleye fishing. Those are some real good fish. I've never caught one. I always wanted to. Hopefully, I will be able to get to one soon. All right, gonna give two more shout outs and we'll go ahead and get straight into it, guys. All right, so we have DP Darren Pearson checking in. Don't know what's going on with you, but did you get the notification this time? Let me see with you, but I did get the notification this time. Okay, that is good. So I've been checking with a few of you guys. Also, in the comment section, let me know, are you guys receiving the notifications that the live stream is going to be going on, or whenever I drop any videos? Just please let me know, because I'm just trying to see if I am still, active in that YouTube algorithm. If not, please make sure you guys are still subscribed to the channel, because there has been a few issues where people are saying they're not receiving notifications, and maybe some people have actually been unsubscribed and they think that they still are subscribed to the channel. All right, and let's see. Let's go ahead and pull up one more, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. Here it says, everyone hit the like button for MoneyBass as well. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got some support going on. I really appreciate that here. Yeah, guys, please go ahead and hit that the like button for me. It really does help out the channel and helps me to continue to grow, and it will also push those videos out to you guys a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is, as far as the settings, guys. All right, let me pause that real quick. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and pull up the video that I was telling you about. This is actually on the water footage. And the first thing, I would just jump straight into it. I know a lot of guys ask about the settings. So the settings, I'll go ahead and put that front and center. And after that, it will go ahead and go into the video. All right, so let's go ahead and pull that up, and I'll just play that for you. So if you guys want to take some notes as far as my settings, because a lot of people ask me about that, I'll put that right at the beginning of this, so you don't have to worry about asking about it later. So as far as the settings, guys, let me just show you that real quick. These are the settings that I have, because I get asked that question a lot. All right, there we go. As far as my sensitivity, contrast, I have it set out to 100 feet. But what you want to do is come down to, since I know I'm going to be focusing on this shallow water area, I can come and kick this down to around, say, 50 feet, and then go down to my down range and change that to, we're sitting in 9 feet, so I'll change that to about 15 feet there, guys, and that will give me a better picture as far as being able to kind of see the lay down. Let's go ahead and exit out of there. So there you go. But the other thing to keep in mind, guys, is whenever you get fine-tuned like that, it does make the image a little bit hotter and grainier. So just depends on what is best for you whenever you're out here. All right, there we go. So just let me pause that again real quick. So what I was doing in that segment right there is just showing you guys how I set my unit up. I'm fishing shallow water, guys. I know a lot of you are used to seeing me offshore, but this time I went ahead and had it shallow, which I know a lot of you guys are interested in. And also in the comment section, if you're a shallow water fisherman, hit shallow in there for me. If you like fishing offshore, put offshore in the comment section. Just want to see what we're looking at, get a gauge of what type of what type of participation we have tonight. All right, but like I was saying, in that segment, I just wanted to show you my settings, and also whenever you want to zoom in into whatever you're viewing on the screen, you can always change your depth and your forward range, your down range and forward range on that unit to kind of give you a better picture. But as you zoom in a little bit more, sometimes you may lose a little bit of detail. But if you have been studying and putting in your time and work on the water, then that won't really, cause any issues as far as being able to determine what it is you're looking at on the screen. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and play the on the water footage. I will just go ahead and let it, because it'll have I'll be kind of talking during the video on this one, so I'll let it go ahead and play through, and then after that I will go ahead and play it again with no volume on it, so that way I will talk and tell you what I am looking at as I'm fishing the cover that we're taking a look at. All right, so let me go ahead and pull that back up, and here we go, guys. We are on the water, and just take a look around. Make sure you look at what you're seeing on the bank, on the water, what type of conditions that you're seeing there, and what lure would you pick, why would you pick that lure, and how would you fish it in order to catch the fish that you're going to see on the screen. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm in the back of this cove. You can see a stick up right there. You can see some trees, the trunk of the tree going into the water, so you know that those are going to come kind of a ways out. And if you look, that one right there, for example, comes all the way out here. And it transducer to face right over there where that stick up is at. You'll see it on the screen. So looking at it right here, actually, let's just go ahead and get this on full screen. All right, so looking at that stick up right there, you can see that coming all the way up. And right in there, you can see a fish. See that fish moving around? It's kind of swimming around down there. And then you see some other structure right there. And what I'll do is just take my trolling motor. Oh, the other thing real quick, guys, take a look at the 360. Please excuse my screens. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a tournament. It's been raining out here today, so I have some watermarks on there. But that 360 gives you another good idea of where you can cast and just kind of help you out with that also. All right, so taking a look back up here at the Mega Live system. If I just pan this to the left and right of that stick up, Let's see, we're to the right of it now. Now I'm back pointing straight at it. I'm to the left of it. Went a little bit farther to the left, and you can see another tree laying down right there, and those are the branches of that tree just coming straight down like that. Let me just turn and get this line back up for you real quick. All right, but like I said, this right here gives you a real good indication and allows you to see what's moving and what's not moving inside of the that stick up. And the other thing that I use this for, guys, is to target my cast. So for instance, just check this out. All right, there we go. So there's that lay down sitting right there, that stick up. You see it sticking right out of the water. Now when you come down here, that fish was moving just past that. So that is about 5 feet past that that stick up right here. So I know I can go ahead and cast that out, and I can watch that just fall straight down and see if that fish follows it. So that is something that I do whenever I'm out here, guys. And since I'm out here, let me just go ahead and pan around just so you guys can see some other images. There's some fish right there. Look at those fish directly under the boat. All right, guys, there we go. So that is the on the water footage. Taking a look at that Mega Live system, how did you guys think that looks? I mean, so that was actually during a tournament, guys. So I just took a few minutes because I wanted to get some footage for you. So I stopped the tournament maybe for about 5 or 10 minutes and recorded that footage for you so that I can bring it to you and we can kind of review it and talk over it. All right, so now I see a few of you guys are already getting active in the comment section. I really, really like that. Really appreciate that. So I'll take a look and see what you guys have to say in there in just a second. And what I will do next is pull up the footage, play it without the sound, and show you exactly how I would approach that, what rod, reel, and setup I would use. So let me just go ahead and take a look in the comment section real quick. Don't want it to get too far ahead of me, just to see who we have in here. And also, guys, we have somebody in the chat that you guys may have already recognized and seen is there. So I dropped the link in the chat. So for if anybody wants to come up, I can go ahead. I'll drop the link in here one more time. So if anybody wants to come up, pretty much all you do is just hit that link. Make sure you are cammed up. Have to be cammed up, guys. And then I will pull you up and we can, just have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of back and forth chit chat, all that good stuff. All right. So let's see. Let me get back up here and just go through a few of these comments real quick. And then I will go ahead and do the second part 2, which is me reviewing this footage real quick. All right. So we have, all right, guys, let's see who we have. I just have to scroll back up here, guys, and get caught up. Don't know what's going on. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. This is a good one to start off with. So, guys, anybody that has not hit the like button yet, please take a second. Like Harry says, everybody hit the like button for MoneyBass. Yeah, go ahead and show a little support and help me out. All right, so then we have Harry. He says, when Chicken Hawk came on and was giving you the business. All right. So I guess you might know who is already in this chat this time. All right. So we have Cole Griggs Fishing. He says, let's see, I'm having trouble catching fish on Lanier. Let's see, what can I do to get 5? Oh man, okay. You might want to check out a few of these videos. So my next tournament is going to be on Lake Lanier, October 8th. So make sure if you are not subscribed, you subscribe to the channel, because I will be having a lot more footage coming out of me out on Lake Lanier. And I'll give you a few tips, tricks, things like that, and just let you know what I'm seeing out there. But one thing, who is this? Let's see, Cole Griggs. So do you like to fish shallow or do you like to fish deep? So that is something that I would want to know for that also. But go ahead and get active in the comments, and just, as I'm putting out videos, just keep hitting me up in the comment section, and I'll always respond back to you. But right now I haven't been out there for maybe like 2 weeks or so, I guess. So we'll just have to see whenever I go out there, what type of action is going on out on the lake. All right, Josh says, I have been receiving them. So he has been receiving the notifications. Really appreciate you taking the time to let me know. That really helps me out. All right, Vernon Neal, my brother didn't get the notification. Uh-oh, what is that popping into my back screen? I'm going to have to get and handle something in just a second, guys. All right, my brother didn't get the notification. All right, yeah, so have him just check to see if he was unsubscribed, because YouTube has been unsubscribing some people from the channel. So if that is the case, please have him resubscribe and hit the notification button. Really would appreciate that. All right, so let's just take a look. So I see a few of you guys have been responding whether you fish shallow or deep. So Andrew Blanton says shallow for sure. All right. Then we have Van. He says he fishes offshore. All right, offshore. You know, I'm mainly offshore, but sometimes I have to switch it up. This past weekend, Lake West Point. I hope you guys saw that that live stream. I had to switch it up a little bit to make things happen. All right. Pearson says I fish Charlotte when it needs. I fish shallow when it needs to be shallow and stained water, but clear. I fish offshore. Okay, there you go. So whenever stained, you're shallow. So yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. Then for me, whether it's largemouth or spotted bass that I'm mainly targeting, that will kind of dictate it also. All right. So we have somebody from we have somebody from a little south of the border right here. I'm out here, so you better watch what you're saying, sir. We have Chicken Hawk in here. Let me go ahead and get the bells ready for this one, cause all right. So let's see who else we have. Prefer shallow if it's working, but not afraid to go deep. All right. So I'm kind of the opposite on that. If it's working out deep, then hey, that's where I'm headed to. All right. Let's see who else we have. We have DP says I will fish drop shot. And okay, so he's getting into what he would do out on that particular instance when we're looking at, let's see, dead stick and fluke. I guess just looking through here real quick just to see. Okay, let me go ahead and just get into the footage now. And then what I'll do is come back and then I will start reading through what some of you guys would do. Let me just go ahead and get this queued up real quick and I'll step through this. Then I'll go ahead and pull up a little guest that we have, and then I'll start going through some of the chat. So, I'll give you the good information, and then I'll let you get some information from somebody else of what you might not want to do. So we'll do it that way. So that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and hold on. Let me just go ahead and get this back up here for you guys. All right, let me drop the volume on that and get this rewinded back. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to start it from right here for you guys. All right, here we go. All right, so when you're looking at, when I'm looking out here, you see right over all the way to the right is that stick up. That stick up that just went off the screen, that is mainly what I'm targeting. But what I'm doing here is just kind of panning around and looking to see what other cover or structure I could fish. And if you notice, we are sitting pretty shallow. We're in 9 feet of water right here. So that is where the boat is sitting. So once I cast over to where that stick up is at, where I'm pointing to, you see that is maybe around 13 feet or so, even though the boat is sitting in 9. So it's kind of leaving back out of a cove. And right there where I'm pointing, that is where that fish is at. And from the way that the Mega Live system is set up, that stick up is between me and that fish. So I know that I would need to cast out whatever it is that I'm casting. If I'm going to throw some type of worm or something like that, I still want to cast that out a little bit further than that fish. In some cases, what I do is I'll cast that directly over that fish and see if that fish will follow it down. If you want to throw something like a crankbait or something like that, of course, you want to make sure that you throw it far enough out so that when you bring it back through where that fish is at, it is able to get down to that depth. Right here, I'm just kind of panning around, guys, just showing you some of the other underwater footage and things that I'm seeing as far as the laydowns. But that is what I wanted to show you. So I can just go ahead and stop this real quick and just explain what I would do in that situation. All right. So you saw the stick up. You can see it with your eyes. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, then you know that you can just cast maybe 5 or 10 feet past that with some type of I would say, well, let me just go ahead and show you. So this is what my plan of attack would be with something like that. So for me, I would go ahead and use some type of creature bait Texas rig, because there's a lot of things that you can get hung up on down there. So you can live dangerously if you want, but let's say that this is the tournament winning fish and you have like 30, 45 minutes left. And if that fish bites, you have to make sure that you can get it out of that cover. So for me, what I'm going to do, let me just move this a little slow, make sure I don't tap the ceiling or anything with it. All right, so the rod setup that I'm going to use is going to be this is a 710 extra heavy. I like to go strong, guys, whenever I'm fishing that shallow water, stick ups and anything like that where I can get hung up with those fish. And this line that I use is going to be 20 pound. I will use a Seaguar line. Most of the time I would use Red Label. I prefer a Braze X. If I'm able to get that on a deal, then that is what you will see me using, is a Braze X. So this is either going to be 20 pound Red Label Seaguar or 20 pound a Braze X. Then as far as the setup goes with the bait itself, let me just pull this off of here so you guys can see this a little bit better, because this one I have kind of rigged a little differently than what I do in some cases. What I was looking at doing was protecting my knot on this one, guys. So this is why you will see, let's see if you can see that. So I have this the stopper right here, and then I have my weight next. This is a tungsten weight. So depending on how fast I want that to fall, I would either have a 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce. So in this case, I had a 1/4 ounce because I was casting this in some areas that I wanted to bring it out a little bit farther, and I wanted to make sure I could still feel that bait on there real good. So I had a 1/4 ounce on there. I like putting a glass bead. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So whenever I'm fishing that, whenever I cast it out and it's on the bottom, sometimes I will do my best to shake it and leave it still so that it just stays in that one place. And then the other thing that you will notice right above that knot, let me just go ahead and pull that up for you. If you can see that, there's another stopper right there below that bead. And what I use that for is to protect that knot from that glass bead. Sometimes those glass beads will chip or something like that. So you do want to check those. But in the event that it does and you miss it, that bobber stopper may be the thing that you need in order to get that one last cast or get that fish to the boat without getting broken off. And the bait that I'm using, this is the Zoom Z Craw. So pretty much whatever type of creature bait you feel comfortable with. I just like the way that this is streamlined, and I've gotten a lot of good results with it. I'll dip it in some JJs, and this is the full size. So depending on what type of lake you're fishing, if you know what size largemouth are on that lake, sometimes you may want to downsize that. If you're fishing a lake where there's a 12-inch limit, I may go with the junior, with the Zoom Z Craw Junior, something just a little bit smaller. And the hook size, I believe this is a size 4 hook. So that, just go ahead and go with what you feel comfortable with. But I would say like a size 4, size 5 if you're using that full size one. Drop it down to maybe a 3 or a 4 if you are using the Z Craw Junior. And the reel setup, I want to make sure that I have something with a high gear ratio. This one is, I believe, an 8-to-1. Let me just see if I can see that on here real quick. Yes, so this one is an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel. So that is my setup. 710 extra heavy. I want that extra strength to be able to pull that fish out of there. But if you're chicken hawk, you might want to use something like a medium light or something like that. Cause I mean, you know. All right. So that is my setup, guys. That is pretty much what I would do. I would hit it with the Texas rig. Look for that big bite, try to get that fish out of there. That is my setup. Let me go ahead and see who we have waiting backstage. Oh, and actually, hey, maybe he can let us know how he would fish it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring up Chicken Hawk.
Look here, man.
All right, guys. Let's see. All right, can you guys hear him okay? See him okay? Everything looks good, sounds good.
Let me first say I saw one of your followers or whatever,
Oh, you did?
people that just I don't know, just stumble across this channel with Google just sends you here. But one of them asked about tips on Lanier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so didn't you just fish Lanier?
All right, that is all we have for tonight, everybody. It has been nice having everybody in here. So, I mean,
I'm just thinking,
hey
what
man,
kind of tip
listen, don't
came from
come in
that?
here. Don't come in here trying to cause problems.
I'm just asking the question.
This is
I'm just
how
asking. The man asked for some tips on Lanier, and I know you just came off Lanier, so I'm just wondering what type of tip could come from that event that you just had on Lanier.
Sir, excuse me. You are messing up the live stream, sir. This is how would you fish it? We're not talking about that right now.
Well,
we're not.
now, considering you were in my spot, which I recognize that spot, and I bet, did you even catch a fish there?
Sir.
Did you catch that fish?
Sir, you are being unruly.
I'm just asking. But if I were to fish it, I would, especially there. You had that red clay.
Okay, you saw some red clay. Okay.
Shake your head. Shake
Okay.
your head, especially on West Point, works wonders.
All right. Let me see. Actually, you know what? This was Lake Russell. Hold on, let me pull it back for
Was
you.
that Russell?
Yeah, this was Russell. You don't want to mess with Russell. Russell will do you dirty. Russell will do you dirty, man. All right, hold on. Let me get back over there. What were you talking about? Some red clay. I think I did see a little bit of red
I
clay.
thought I saw some red clay up against the.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a little bit of red clay over there. You might have saw a little something. Okay. So you said you see that red clay. All right. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would run my shaky head.
All right. What size line would you put on that?
I run about 12.
12?
Yeah.
Oh no, you broke off.
Let me explain something to you. If you know what I'm saying, one thing you just don't understand. You don't know how to finesse a fish. That's what I'm saying. I've caught a lot of weight off a 12-pound line.
Hold on, wait a minute. A lot of weight. What does that mean?
I've caught large fish off of a 12-pound line. If you know what you're doing.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm just messing with you. On my shaky head. Right, on my shaky head, I throw 12 pounds. I throw 12-pound Seagull on my shaky head. Okay, so you would throw a shaky head, 12-pound line. Okay,
right. That's right.
It's kind of working.
I set the hook, and when I set the hook, I could actually sit down and take a lunch. It really doesn't matter because the fish not going anywhere. He come to the boat, baby. I done told you. You bite my line, you in trouble. In fact, if you walk beside my boat and actually touch my line, you might get hooked.
So we're talking about bass, large. We're not talking about brim fishing this time.
Hey, come on now. You know, I'll bust them. I'll bust them wide open. I might brim fish at the end, probably around 12 o'clock, because I have my 5 in the live well. I might as well work on dinner. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that because you are struggling. Because come 2 o'clock, you like, oh Lord, I don't have much time left.
Hey man, look, let me get to some of these comments. He came in here disrupting and breaking up this live stream, man. Just causing problems. And I know Harry probably in here. You know your little buddy Harry still in here in the comments from last time.
But look, no. But I got my paperwork, and I'm just waiting on that tip. You know what? That tip you're gonna give the guy for Lanier.
Oh, okay. Griggs, wasn't it Cole Griggs?
Yeah, because he asked you, what can he do on Lanier? I don't know why he asked you, but he asked you, and you just came off of Lanier. So exactly what did you do last time, and what was the result of that?
Yeah, so we'll get to that just a second. Let's get to that. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we have DP. All right, DP. What do you have to say? DP says I will fish a drop shot. And then if that didn't work, I would fish a fish head spin with a weed guard on it. And if that didn't work, I would try fishing a spinnerbait through it.
That's right.
What you think about? Okay, so you like all three of those?
I mean, for me, like I said, I'm gonna do shaky head, and then now if I need to move something through it, I would do a spinnerbait because
right. So
that's my
of those options, what I would say I would feel comfortable with the spinnerbait. Now, drop shot, having that extra line hanging down at the bottom and stuff, to me that just looks like it could be trouble. Even if you don't hook the fish, you may get hung up. And remember, what we're looking at is you have 30-45 minutes left. So if you throw that in there, get hung up and scare that fish off, then that's a done deal. That's how I would look at that.
And if you got large ones and you're a man out there, you can always throw a jig. I keep a jig tied on, baby.
Okay, yeah.
Keep a jig tied on.
That jig will work. All right, so let's see. Okay, there you go. There goes your buddy right there. There goes your buddy. Let's see what Harry has to say. Dead sticking a fluke, starting off the bank and working out. Drop shot, shaky head in that order. None of those will work. I don't agree with any of that.
He's absolutely right. And that's how I would fish it. I start off the bank and I'll work it back out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So dead fluking. Okay. Yeah. So he says drop shot too, man. I mean, for me, basically my drop shot is just vertical fishing. So casting it out, especially in that cover, that seems a little too risky for me. But the shaky head, I definitely fish my shaky head in all type of cover and structure. So I definitely would go with that one. So I'll go with that. I'll give you that, Harry. I was just messing.
And you can cast out or drop shot, especially on Gunnersville. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell you that. But
Oh,
anyway,
wait a
yeah.
minute. I know you are not talking about Gunnersville. We don't even need to get into that. All right, let's see who is this? This is DI. How do you pronounce that? 15. Let's just call him D15. I'm guessing for one. Let me see. I'm guessing for most, one of the biggest challenges we face is jig tracking. Are you having any luck tracking your jig out past 30 feet? Definitely. I have footage of that. So let me see. I'll put a link in here, but if you just do a search on YouTube, MoneyBass Mega Live tracking, then you should see some of the videos that I put out where I'm tracking my bait all the way out to 100 feet. Especially I have some footage where I'm tracking top water baits, where I'm casting those out there and you can see that bait coming across the top of the water. You just have to make sure you set your angle right on the transducer and the distance on there. Right now I have it set out to 100 feet. So I pretty much got it fine-tuned to where I can leave mine out on 100 feet. I used to fish with it out on my range set to 65. But yeah, so the answer to that is, are you having any luck tracking your jig past 30 or 40 feet? Yes, definitely. And I have that 1.70 update on my Mega Live system. All right.
You're not having any luck getting a fish to bite that jig.
Hey man, how about you watch my last live stream? How about that? All right, so we have, let's see, Cajun Hawk. I know you not in my spot. That's not your spot because it was a fish there. If it wasn't a fish there, then I would say, yeah, I was in your spot. Oh, okay. That was me just trying to hop in the chat real quick. Okay, we have Mark Scott. All right, good to have you back. Really appreciate you stopping through. Uh-oh, look at Mark. He's living dangerously. He says, I would start with a Ned rig, then a crankbait, then a swim jig. Ooh, that crankbait is risky. So with me, when I'm fishing cover like that, I've thrown crankbaits in structure and cover like that before. But my thing is, sometimes those fish will just get those back end hooks in there, and as that fish is fighting its way and you're bringing it back through that cover, now you don't really have as much control of it deflecting off of that cover. And if one of those hooks gets stuck in any of that cover, that fish now has some leverage to throw that crankbait off. That is the thing that I'm worried about in a situation where I have to get that fish to the boat. That would be something that I would think about. And then with the Ned rig, depending on if you're talking about the smaller one or the bigger one and what size line you're using, I'd be a little nervous with going anything under 12-pound line in that situation that I was looking at, especially with what I was seeing with the with all of those branches and all of that cover down. Well, I mean, what's that face you making? So you saying that what would you throw 8-pound line in there?
I have thrown something like that. I mean,
and we've seen the results of that.
No. If I wanted to throw a wacky, what if I threw a wacky in there?
Okay, what do you throw your wacky on?
I can throw it again. You have to learn how to finesse the fish, man.
Yeah. All right, Mark. So you hear the two sides on that one. So he's saying he would throw that medium light in there with 6-pound line on a shake on a wacky rig. All right, here he says, thank you for recording that footage. Hey, really appreciate that, man. Yeah, I try to get that footage out there because when I stopped for a second, I was like, man, that's right in the middle of a tournament. But I was like, let me go ahead and squeeze this in here. I still had some time left, and hey, it worked out for me. I still got that second place finish. What you think about that, Chicken?
Wait. Hold on. I think I saw some results.
You have not seen results.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Did you catch that fish or were you playing? Hound dog again. That is an inappropriate question for this live stream, so we'll skip right past that.
Catch the fish or where you just pointed out? They over there. Get somebody else to get it because I can't get it, but they over there.
All right, so let's see. We have Josh back on the scene. He says, I like fishing a ball head jig with a twin tail grub or flipping a jig, especially in a tournament, wanting those bigger bites. There we go. What'd you say? Bam. All right, yeah. So there you go. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So I mean, I think everybody.
You have to have confidence to fish a jig.
Right. Yeah.
If you have confidence, then I mean that's you got to throw it, and it's gonna take a little while. But when you do get a bite, it's gonna be a nice one.
There you go. All right, let's see what DP says. Sorry for how that came out when I was trying to say I was fishing shallow when the water is stained, but when the water is clear, I fish offshore. Yeah, I got that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the same thing I do. But generally, like on a lake like Lanier, even when it's stained shallow, that water's so deep, I've never really seen Lanier stained offshore. So yeah, I agree with you. And it just depends on the lake. Goodness, Chicken Hawk, you were in these comments. Didn't you just fish the hold on? Wait a second, that's an inappropriate comment. Let's go ahead and get right past that one. I got your back, Chicken Hawk. Let's get him, man. There we go. See, there we go. You and Harry, y'all in here trying to start something.
I'm just saying, man. We trying to understand. You giving people advice on the deal.
But listen, this lake is not this live, sir, that is inappropriate. This live stream is not about Lanier. You saw me fishing shallow. We're fishing shallow, sir. This is shallow water.
Did you catch that fish?
Sir, the word that is relative. You
know
the
one that you saw, with the one that we saw on the screen.
Sir, you're disrupting this live stream. We're trying to stay on the topic. That's not the topic. And the word that is relative. Could you look that while I'm looking through this? Could you pull up the definition of that, please? And then I may be able to give you an appropriate answer. All right, hold on. Did I miss that? Okay, there we go. All right, so Harry says Zoom Z Craws or junior are hard to beat. You're changing the rules. 30 minutes left, and it's being the winning fish. There you go. I mean, sometimes you got that pressure on you, man. When you have that pressure, you have to be ready. You have to be ready for that pressure.
I don't know about that pressure.
All right, so Harry says, "What's up, Mr. Chicken Hawk? Looks good and sounds good." All right. And look who we have stepping in. You know who that is right there, don't you?
Yeah. And he know who I am.
He don't know who you are. He's saying that somebody needs to correct the spelling on the.
No, he got it right. He know what it is. I'm MoneyBass Daddy.
All right, so we have Harry. There you go. I got your back, Chicken Hawk. Tips what not to do. That's right.
Exactly.
You heard what Chicken Hawk said. All right, let's see. Harry says we talking about practice. Oh Lord, y'all too much hang out for real.
That's what it sounds like.
Nah, come on, man. How does he know your lines? Do you know Harry? Do you know Harry? Where are you from again? Wasn't Harry from up north somewhere? Let's see. Harry says we're talking about practice and all airport team again. Preach, Chicken Hawk. Man, listen. You have to know Harry. How does he know your taglines and stuff like that?
He know the truth when he hears.
You don't want to hear the truth. All right, let's see. One says he's saying you broke off from that tree stump.
Yeah. Let's talk about that tree stump. You remember that tree stump? You the one you set the hook on that you were telling me about?
That's inappropriate for this live stream.
Tell them how when that pressure is applied to you and it's real late and you hit when you lock in on that tree stump when you set the hook or that tree branch, it sometimes pulls just like a bass.
No, that's when you was hung up on that fishing line. You remember when you fought that fishing line for about 10 minutes talking about I got a big one, and it kept pulling back, and I was like, man, that's fishing line.
Don't make us go get your co-angle.
All right, let's see. So Harry says, not little, 6'3" and 210.
Yeah, we come to get you, man.
Hey, man, come on, man. Come on, man.
We coming to get you, man.
That's inappropriate for this live stream. All right, so let's see. Derek Pearson says, Chicken Hawk, you got to remember that I won Lake Russell the last time we fished it. Uh-oh.
Right. So exactly. So why? So DP, this should be your live stream.
So actually,
we listening to?
He got first and I got second last time. He wasn't there this time. So hey, wait a minute. We might need to go ahead back up here and reread. He's sitting there. He's like, hey, let me check y'all real quick. Y'all know who y'all talking to. He a vet out here. He one of the OGs in the club. All right. So he says, hey, we need to listen to this. He says he will fish a drop shot, and then if that didn't work, a fish head spin with a weed guard on it. And if that didn't work, he would fish a spinnerbait through it. All right, DP. So which one of those three, if you only had to fish one, if you could only fish one, and let's say you only have 5 minutes left, and if that fish gets on there, you have to get him out. Which one of those three would you throw? Which one would you want to catch that fish on? Or which one do you feel most confident would get that fish out of there?
It's gonna either be the spinnerbait or the fish head spin. Because
that's what I was.
you want to cover water, and you want it because time is of the essence.
Well, nah, time is the thing is you see the fish right there. That is that one fish, that one I was pointing to on that Mega Live screen. So you don't have to worry about covering water, but you want something.
Oh, okay. So you talking about that one? I put a drop shot on it.
So you would throw that drop shot and just try to hone in on it. Yeah.
If that's the one I'm going for.
Right. Yeah. If that's just that one fish, I got you. All right.
So that that fish.
All right. Let's see what Vernon Neal has to say. Chicken Hawk, do you have Mega Live or forward facing sonar? Man, Chicken Hawk.
Here, baby. Right here. I can look at them and tell them. I looked at and saw that stick up and I said there was a fish on it. And what happened? You go down there and there's a fish on it. Hey, let me explain.
A catfish.
That wasn't no catfish. Well, you wouldn't know because you never brought them to the surface. So I said, I knew there was a fish sitting on it.
All right. Well, look, we have Antonio checking in. What's going on? Appreciate you checking out the live stream. All right. Let's see what Josh has to say again. Let me see. That ball head jig takes the place of my shaky head in tournaments. Still get you plenty of bites. There you go. I mean, yeah, that jig. I mean, if you're confident with a jig, then I mean, you pretty much know what you're doing. You'll bring in some good bags. Yeah, I kind of figured. Look, Harry's from up north, West Virginia. All right. All right, let's see. He says that twig, if I remember correctly. I don't know what y'all are talking about. What are y'all talking about?
Exactly.
Oh,
he thought it was.
Oh, wait a minute.
He thought he had him up. He thought
Wait
he
a
had
minute.
a 7-pounder. He yelling back to his co-angler, "Get the net!"
Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all are talking about the tournament on Lanier. Is that what y'all are talking about? I forgot I told y'all about that.
Yeah.
I fought that stick back to the boat.
Tell you people about that.
Nope, no, there's no need for that. Hey man, listen. It was a stick fish. If I set the hook hard enough, it was supposed to turn into a fish. So that's why I fought it all the way back to the boat. My co-angler got the net, and I was like, "Don't worry about that. I'm gonna flip it." And when I got it, I told him I was gonna flip it, and then I looked and saw it was a stick at the end of the line. I was like, "Oh Lord, man, this ain't good. This ain't good." Uh-oh, guys, look who we have checking in. We have Big Jim Fishing. All right, I know you guys remember Big Jim Fishing. We did a collab a few weeks ago. He is the man to know on the lake with the live system and getting it fine-tuned so that everything is crystal clear. He's running Solix units and just got a boat wrap. Thing looks real nice. So you guys make sure you head over to Big Jim Fishing's YouTube channel. Just go search Big Jim Fishing and he'll pop right up. He goes over a lot of Mega Live imaging, target lock, things like that. Pretty much the same as I do. And he fishes BFL tournaments. Big Jim Fishing, good to see you. Glad you are checking in. Really appreciate that. All right. Then we have Juan back in the house. All right. Let's see who else we have. Vernon Neal. So old school instinctive fishing. Can't beat it. Sometimes I turn my Mega Live off and go fishing, especially on a lake I know well. No,
exactly.
Listen. Vernon,
hey,
do not.
Vernon, that's if you have instinctive fishing. This guy right here, this guy right over here, he's dependent upon it. And so, in fact, I asked him to meet me on Logan Martin, and he didn't want me to pre-fish. I said, fine. If we don't pre-fish, then what we'll do is no electronics. You can only use your mapping to find your way around the lake.
Vernon don't want to hear about that.
He ran away from that.
Vernon ain't asking all that.
Vernon he knows what time it is, baby.
Vernon don't want to hear all that. And Vernon, listen, do not let him fool you. What you are calling instinctive fishing, that is not what he is doing. That is nothing instinctive about
it. I can look over there and I say, there's a fish right over there. And I'll throw over there. Whoop! Get the net.
No, that's not.
I'm telling you, it has happened too many times. I've been doing it a long time.
All right, appreciate it, Big Jim. Thanks for the plug. Love your show. Keep it up. Appreciate it. All right, and we have DP checking in the Brush Hog Texas rig.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. Texas rig, yeah. All right, so looks like we've covered that pretty good. Coming to the end of the comments. Let's see. Harry has hopped in here one more again. Let's see what he says. Ran away from the challenge. Probably knowledge passed down through fathers and grandfathers.
Exactly.
Man, I can't
He didn't
believe they
want
believe.
none. He didn't want none.
I can't
He was
believe.
just like Red from Friday. When Debo asked him, "You want some, old man?"
Man, I can't believe they are believing this.
Hey, man,
Let me think. Are you coming to Gunnersville?
Yes.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to handle this. We're gonna have to. You coming to Gunnersville?
Hey, let it be handled, baby. Let it be handled.
You should have came on out there to West Point, but I know you was
Ain't
running from
no
West
shoulda.
Point.
We ain't talking shoulda, coulda. Let me explain something to you. Now, just don't you run away from it. That's right. That's right.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's
All right,
right.
so Gunnersville is at the end of towards the end of next month. So yeah, maybe we can handle a little business on West Point. We'll see. But you guys heard him. You guys heard what he said. So let's see what happens. Harry says, hold on, let me pull that back up. He says, I have fished Gunnersville a few years ago, late October, Great Lake. Yep, that's exactly when we will be there, late October. Late October, Chicken Hawk.
I know.
You gonna be ready?
I'm born ready, baby. I'm born ready.
All right. Oh, so I see a few more guys have come in. Make sure, guys, hit the like button on the way in if you did not already hit it. Really appreciate the support of the channel and everybody coming out. Like I said, we will get together once or twice a week, do these live streams, just have a little bit of fun and everything, and also just look to learn something, share some information so we can all get better on the lake. So pretty much, we'll get out there and team up on them whenever tournaments come to our lakes. We can help each other out on the lake and all that good stuff. Let's see what Harry says. Harry says, one of my 3 suggestions was killing them that time. What is that? One of my 3. Oh, okay. All right. There you go. So he was doing a little something out there. Okay. I guess that was on Lake Gunnersville. All right. We have another person checking in. Bottom Line Outdoors, just retired from the Army. All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate the service. Looking to buy a boat. What should I be looking for? I guess budget is always a good thing to take into consideration. But for me, I would say whichever boat you decide to go with. For me, I like fishing offshore, so my electronics are going to be one of the things that I look as far as what type of accessories that I would put on the boat. But I guess some of you guys in the comment section just throw some tips and things in there. I run a nitro, so I like the way that it runs. I have a lot of footage on my website, so if you want to see how it runs, how it takes waves, and I put out some shorts, some little short videos on it also. So just take a look through some of those and just see what you think. But
yeah, that's true, because you did do that one video where you were like speeding across the lake.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you wasn't catching no fish, and so you might as well just drive around the lake. I understand, but
that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate for this live stream.
Everything is inappropriate. What he may need to back. So this is the question, like we've always talked about: do you go used or new?
Right.
And so you got to factor kind of all of that into it.
Yeah, and like right now, those boat prices have seemed like they've just gone crazy in the past 2 years. It just seemed like they did the opposite of what people were thinking they were. But yeah, right now, if I was getting a boat, I'd definitely consider getting something used that has very low, low hours on the motor. So I would look into something like that. But as far as what I'm thinking, maybe he's talking about which brand of boat to get, whether you want to get Nitro, Bass Cat, what is it, Triton, Ranger, something like that, or Falcon. Some people are talking about Falcons also. So yeah, the thing that I would do is I would check all of them out basically and just see which ones have the features that you want, and then also compare that to the budgeting. So as far as how they ride and everything on the water, I don't really hear anything bad about any of them.
But they do ride a little different though.
Right. But
depending on the boat, on the hull. So you gotta factor that in too. Yeah. And then what type of fishing is he planning on doing? If he's, down where I'm from in the bayou, you really, I mean, you can go with a bass boat, but I grew up off of what we used to call a bateau. So you have aluminum boats.
Yeah, man, he talking about this bass fisherman, man. We
Hey
ain't
man,
out
look,
here.
hey man, look. Let me explain something to you.
We out here catching crabs
There's
and crawfish.
there's water, there's fish. When that combination come together, them fish gonna be in the boat. So whatever you want to call them, whatever they are, they're gonna be in the boat. You understand me? So it really, all of that really, you got to think about it.
All right.
You got to think about it.
All right. So take all that into consideration. Bottom line, outdoors. And yes, if you guys have any recommendations, go ahead and pop some information down in the comment section for them. And if you're catching it on the replay, go ahead and answer some of these questions and things that you hear us talking about, because guys will always come back, look at those comments, and they may pull some information from there. And also always read the description. So a lot of the tackle and things like that we discuss in the live streams or even in the videos, I put links. Some of them are affiliate links. I'll put those down in the description area, and if there's any discounts available when you click on the links, those will show up also. So that's something that'll help you guys out and might be very useful.
And then one other thing, this is the time. This is a good time to be trying to buy a boat, because a lot of jokers realize that they can't fish by this time of the year.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the year,
I've actually, actually, if I get out there on Logan Martin with you, you may actually be getting rid of your boat. Get that foolishness out of here, man. Get that foolishness out of here.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I was just stretching my hand. Well, my hand is.
You do find people that are getting out of their boats at this time of the year because they realize this is really not the sport for them.
Right. And then when the summer ends, it's a lot of people, that's the time when they'll go ahead and they're not going to be using their boats as much. So if you're looking to get a used boat, that may be a good time to get a deal too. Like, what is that, November, December time frame, something like that. Yep. All right. So Harry says, depends on budget and what bodies of water you fish mainly. I'm running a 461 VS Ranger, put Talons, Ultrex, and Helix, and put Mega 360 on it this year.
See, me and Harry right here. We right here.
That's what he said, a Ranger. He ain't out there catching those brim from no bass.
I mean, I'm just saying he said that, but I'm just letting you know.
All right. Triton Jones. There we go. Triton Jones says boat price and tackle is out of control. That is true. That is true. All right. Let's see what Big Jim has to say. I recommend he search out YouTube, watch every video you can. Yes, that's you definitely want to, get a lot of input. And then always keep in mind that a lot of guys, they're going to be biased based on the type of boat they already have. Because to me, what I found is it makes people feel better when somebody, decides to get the same type of boat they have. It kind of gives them reassurance that, somebody also kind of agrees that they made a good decision. And it's kind of like that Chevy versus Ford thing to me in some cases. So I would kind of look out with that. All right. And then Josh says, Ken Smith did some good videos on YouTube comparing boats when he was looking for his. Should check them out. Yes. So Ken Smith, I saw some of his videos. So he did. It seems like he pretty much test drove just about everything. So that would be something good to check out. And then Vernon Neal says, I've been running a Skeeter for the past 15 years. Can't beat their ZXR packaged boats, in my opinion. Right. So Skeeter, they definitely make some good boats also. All right. Then we have Bottom Line Outdoors. I'm looking to buy a used boat. I just don't want to waste money. There you go. So yeah, so that was right on point. All right, Chicken.
So in that case, you may want to talk to him about the bigger issues is like the transom, to be able to check the transom. Now I know, like with Tritons, it's just especially like mine's 99. And those Tritons, the transom is more like it's not a fiberglass, it's made out of something different. So even when that time on Chickamauga, when my motor mounts came through, it just ripped through, and it was a lot of times in those cases, your transom would be totaled out. But right. I took it to the people, and they said, no, it's a Triton, man. We just put it back together. We're good to go.
Yeah, and that's something to always consider too. If you can take someone with you, or if they allow you to take that boat and have it inspected by a mechanic, someone that can check that hole, check the motor, all of that good stuff. Or if you get it from a dealership, which is even better because they may have some type of warranty or something like that. And then let me see. Let me get down to this other one real quick. So Big Jim says fall is always the best time to buy a used boat. McCall's anglers turn their boats over in the fall in order for new ones in the spring. All right, so there you go. So we're kind of on point with that. Triton Jones, fish year round here in California. Hey, we fish here year round here too. I mean, it just gets a little cold at some point. I mean, I have some footage out there when we're in the snow. It's snowing everywhere. I mean, you can't really see too far, but we're out there fishing. So we fish all year round, just not as comfortable as California fishing though. And the fish may not be as big as fishing.
Yeah, when we fished in the snow, you didn't place in that tournament, right?
So
I placed in that tournament.
That's inappropriate for this live stream.
Okay, that's what I thought. All
right, so we have, let's see, who else we have?
That's why I'm your daddy.
We have Big Jim Fisher says because he said because. Okay, I thought that was the name of a place when he's all right. Gotcha. All right, and so Juan, now he is a mechanic. So Juan might know a little something about which boats to get. So he says Ranger, Nitro, Triton, and Stratus boats are good, solid boats that ride smooth. So he works on boats. So he's speaking from a little bit of experience right there. All right. And Harry says, looks like some of the aluminum boats have come a long way. The Express 19 and 21 foot boats look pretty sick. Haven't fished or been on one. Yeah. So, I mean, especially with John Cox, he was stepping it up, getting attention on those aluminum boats. So I would definitely look into that. I've never even looked into the pricing or anything, but I'm pretty sure they're definitely a lot, as far as price wise goes, not nowhere near as those 60, 70, 80, $90,000 bass boats that are out there now.
And you don't need as big of a motor. So it's going to be a more efficient motor, and you'll still get the same good speed because of the weight.
Yeah, and actually, a friend of mine is selling an aluminum boat. Who was that? Who was that was asking about the boats again? Let me see. Let me make sure my Instagram is down at the bottom. Hold on just a second. Let me scroll my Instagram. So just hit me up on Instagram, and then hold on. Did I put it down there? Take it off. Okay, there we go. So my Instagram is scrolling across the bottom. Just send me a message on there, and I can get some information from a friend of mine if you're in the Georgia area, because he does have an aluminum boat, and from what I understood, he was letting that go for a real good price because he has 2 boats and he's about to get back into bass fishing, so he's going to be using his fiberglass boat a lot more now. All right, and then we have Harry says Triton probably catches year round is probably the difference. Okay.
Just trying to tell you.
Man, where you get that? Where you steal that hat from?
Hey, I'm just telling you.
All right, yeah, and those aluminum boats, they do get skinnier water, so they can go places where other boats can't go. So
where them big ones hide. You wouldn't know nothing about that. You wouldn't know about
that. All right. So we've been rolling for about an hour, guys. It has been great. It's been a good time. Let's just look. Does anybody else have anything to say? And I dropped the link down in there if anybody else had wanted to come up. So as you guys get a little more comfortable, a little more familiar with the live stream, the setup, and pretty much how we run things, maybe a few of you guys will eventually start coming up, and we can be a 3-man party up here, 1-man party, 4-man party, something like that. So just add a little bit more fun to it.
Pretty soon we're gonna take over it.
What was it?
Pretty soon we're gonna take over it after I bust your head out there on Logan Martin if you ever come out there.
Man, listen, don't make me have to drive out to Logan Martin, because each time you say, man, there's no way.
You want me to pay for your gas?
You won't even come in with a limit on Logan Martin.
Man, come on. Come on, man. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself.
Man, let me see. How long is that ride for me? I might, man.
It's long enough for you to have a lot to think about on your way back home. That's what it is. That's all you need to know. It's long enough for that.
Ah, man. We gonna see. All right, guys, let's see. Look, what does Harry say? Look, you got your partner Harry on here doing a little talking. Let's see. Come on up to Lake Cumberland. Man.
Hey, Harry, he's scared of going anywhere. He's scared of going away from Lanier, even though he can't handle Lanier. But he's scared of going away from Lanier. You got your binoculars under the water.
Man, so look, we're gonna have to. We need a 2-day. We need a 2-day because I just want to grind it in there 2 days.
Guess what? You know what? There's 7 days in a week, so you can get a 2-day out of it. Trust me.
2 day. Wait a minute, Gunnsville is gonna be a 2-day.
Hey, we can do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of camping.
Ain't nothing but word.
Don't be coming out there with no Pepto-Bismol talking about your stomach hurting. You gotta leave and go home.
I don't need no Pepto-Bismol. My stomach not gonna hurt at all.
All right, man. It's 9 o'clock, man. Let me go ahead and let everybody get out here so they can sit down at the dinner table, get ready for work and all that good stuff tomorrow. But all right, guys, really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the support of the channel. Appreciate everybody stopping in and also participating in the comment section. Really love it. I will be back again, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about some live imaging, things like that. What's that?
Let me show you that view you used to. Get the net.
Man. All right, guys. We're out of here. Hold on. No. Oh, goodness. You won't believe what just happened.
What just happened?
Look at what just
happened. Good evening.
Oh, man.
We out here on the Beast. You know, we out here on the Ranger. You know,
there you go.
Old school.
There you go.
So
there's my brother from a different mother over there.
You know it.
Okay, man. What's going on?
We legit. We ain't playing over here.
See, you up here play. We out here keeping it real.
Hold on, wait a minute. I have a fishing pole.
You know, some of us have to just take what we've got and take chicken, you know what, and make chicken salad. You know,
there you go.
You pulling out the artillery. You know,
you got the G Loomis sitting over here.
Not the Loomis.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay.
You don't buy a new boat, you get better fishing poles so you can fish that 12-pound line.
He don't understand.
Here we go. You know, we got the little G Loomis, got a shaky head rod right here. Oh, you can see it.
There you go.
Harry sound like he may have set the hook 1 or 2 times before.
Oh, we've done it. We set the hook on everything from sticks to fish. You know.
There you go.
I told you, if you set the hook hard enough on a stick, it'll turn into a fish.
It'll make you think it's a fish, that's for sure. Now, since you are my guys now, and I appreciate what you do, especially you, MoneyBass. I have watched a lot of your videos with my 360.
All right, appreciate it.
I'm going to show you something that you ain't going to see too often. We're going old school.
Let's see what we got.
It's the old crankbait now. But if you can look up here at these gentlemen.
That's not a wiggle wart, is it?
Oh, them are all wiggle warts, pre-repellent.
Whoa. Those haven't been open before?
No.
Whoa. All right.
I get you all Lake Cumberland, it's over. Now the hog may have to come in my boat, and we could probably give him 1 or 2. But you know,
there you go. That's how we gonna do it.
I don't know how I'm liking this. I'm gonna have to find. Oh goodness.
Sorry, I'm moving around, guys. Hey, I do appreciate.
It's no problem.
Everything you're doing. So just had to show you the boat. I wasn't just talking smack. You know, there's the talons.
There you go. Okay.
So it's a 96.
All right.
You know, I can't afford them big nitros. I just put the electronics on them.
Hey, but you know what? Isn't it lovely to bust their head when you running with an old boat or older boat? They got all the nicest thing in the world. You just say, hey, you look good going across the lake.
I've never caught a fish going 60 miles an hour.
Bingo.
You know?
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
That's it. That is it. Man, but yeah, appreciate you hopping up here, man. So yeah, maybe next time, we'll have another good topic and get guys to come up here a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get something together for you and Chicken Hawk. Y'all up here dip double.
Man, they didn't let us out of recess because we don't play. I mean, now come
there
on.
you go.
Hold on a minute. Listen, do you two? How do you keep saying these same lines that he says about this recess?
We from the same place.
It's called knowledge.
There you go.
You're too young. Now, Chicken Hawk don't look, but some of us got a little experience. We've got some real life, real world.
Oh, that's what it's
there
called.
You go.
Okay, all right. It's got some seasoning.
See, I don't drink, but it's like a fine wine. We just get better with time.
What was that other line that he said earlier, Chicken Hawk, that you would say? Y'all said the same. Practice.
I
couldn't believe that one.
We talking
about practice. He's practice winner.
How can that be? I cannot. That one shocked me right there, because that is Chicken Hawk's line. We talking about practice.
Yeah, all airport team look good getting off and sit on the bench,
There you go, all day long, right?
Oh man, I love it. I love it, man. All right, guys, let's see. What does Vernon Neal say? MoneyBass, I'll roll with you all the way from Texas. All right, so I have me some backup now, guys.
You roll with him, Vernon, you're gonna have a long ride back.
Look, you
have a lot to think about too on your ride back.
He from Texas, man. They got them big hook sets out there, man. They got them.
Oh, they do have those big hook sets out there.
That's right. That's right.
And they'll finish that 12-pound test too. They ain't afraid of it.
Exactly. If you know how to finesse it, baby, you gotta know how to finesse it.
Okay. All right. Y'all got me on that one. Because I do fish 12-pound tests on my shaky head. Yeah. He got me. All right, guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for this evening, but really appreciate both of you guys coming up. It was really great to meet you, Harry. I mean, we've been having some good times in the chat and everything. All right, guys, appreciate it.
Bye.
Appreciate
your support. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in, and I will see you guys on the next video.